Jesus, the examiner of minds and hearts. Revelation chapter 2 verse 23. I am the one who searches minds and hearts, and I will repay each of you according to your deeds. This is Jesus sending a message to the church of Thyatira through an angel. Verse 18 verifies Jesus as the author. These are the words of the Son of God, whose eyes are like a blazing fire and whose feet are like polished bronze. The message started with the church's positive qualities in verse 19. Love, faith, service, perseverance, and greater deeds. But despite all the positives at Thyatira, they had problems that were troubling enough for Jesus to say in verses 20 to 21. But I have this against you. You tolerate that woman Jezebel, who calls herself a prophetess. By her teaching, she misleads my servants to be sexually immoral and to eat food sacrificed to idols. Even though I have given her time to repent of her immorality, she is unwilling. Therefore, in verses 22 to 25, Jesus issued his judgment on Jezebel and called the church of Thyatira to repent. But Jesus also encouraged the faithful believers to remain faithful until his return, and as a reward, promised them in verses 26 to 28 authority over the nations, victory over their enemies, and the morning star, who is none other than Jesus himself. So what lessons can we learn from the church of Thyatira? First, the Bible should be our standard for faith and practice. On the outside, Thyatira was a model church, showing love, faith, service, perseverance, and great works. But they allowed corruption inside the church. Some members were involved in sexual immorality and idolatry. A false prophetess was leading believers into compromise. But instead of stopping the corruption and holding the false prophetess accountable, the church did nothing. Second, we need to guard our mind and heart. Revelation chapter 2 verse 23. Jesus said, I am the one who searches minds and hearts, and I will repay each of you according to your deeds. Jesus, the examiner of minds and hearts, searches our thoughts and the motives of our hearts. And so, as a church, we need to use wisdom and discernment to protect the people under our care. We need to avoid conflicts inside the church, but we also need to confront sin. Any appearance of compromise must be avoided. Jesus will hold all of us responsible for our choices and actions, and we cannot make excuses or blame anyone else. Third, the rewards for our works here on earth do not involve overt acts only. They also include what is going on in our minds and hearts. Thyatira was the least significant city among the 7 cities that Jesus addressed in Revelation chapter 2. Yet Jesus knew their works. They were not hidden from him. Yes, we are not saved through good works, and we cannot earn salvation. But what is in our mind and heart, and the actions that we do, have eternal consequences and rewards.